Before I begin the video, I just want to flag, as always, that I am not a qualified financial advisor and nothing I say should be considered as financial advice. Hello, I'm the Jolly Saver, and today I wanted to chat about something that I've been thinking about for the past couple of months, and that is just about comparison and how not to compare myself with others in terms of money. So I think this is something that is quite common for a lot of people. I am someone who is very motivated in bettering my financial situation, but the content that I consume online, the things I read about personal finance, there's always this element of comparing how much I make with how much others make, and how to not be concerned that I'm making the wrong choices in terms of, what I'm choosing to do. And what I mean by that is sometimes, and it happens in everyday life. Just today I heard about someone that someone knew in the family who has a salary above £80,000, and this person who I know of, I think, should I have followed the same path as them? Should I have been more ambitious in terms of trying to move companies to get a bigger salary? Is that what the path should be? Recently at my work, I have reduced my hours, which has been fantastic in terms of giving me 20% extra free time in my work week. That's been really good and something I'd been aiming for a while, but the drop in salary has made me think, oh, was that the right thing to do? Some of these financial goals I've got will take a bit longer now that I am on a lower salary, and it's really hard when you've got these comparisons that you can make all around you to really stay true to what you should be doing that's best for you. So I mean, comparison, it happens all over with money. As I said, salary, that's one way I can compare myself. The other is thinking about where I live. So me and my partner, we live in a flat. The flat was affordable for us to buy at the time, but since we bought the flat, there's people who we know, who are friends, who kind of started out in a similar sort of property, and then they've went on to buy bigger properties, and they now live in houses. And part of me, whilst I know that being mortgage free and having lots of disposable income in the future is something that me and my partner are really keen on, because our values lie in experiences. So we know that that's what we want to do, but at the same time, I do wonder, are we shooting ourselves in the foot by not moving up the property ladder and not, buying a house when it's cheaper than in a couple of years? Will we wake up when we're 50 and think, oh, I wish we'd just bought a house years ago? It's really hard to know what to do and what is right, and sometimes it just confuses me. I get confused about what my approach should be. I'll take part-time work, and for example, for the past 10 years, it's something that I've really focused on, getting myself in a position where I'm happy with the mortgage balance. I've got money in savings, and I've finally made the leap of reducing my hours, but I can't help reflect on that reduction in earnings and thinking, oh, now I'm not going to be able to overpay our mortgages quickly, and yeah, it's something I have been struggling with, and I think probably the thing that's helping me the most with it is reflecting on the journey that I've been on so far with money, looking back over some of my old videos and seeing my progression over time, and being grateful for the fact that I am where I am, some of these people I am comparing myself to are people on the internet, for one, which is like, it's like the only people who end up on certain forums, or who end up like personal finance forums, who end up, sorry, I'll start that again. The sort of people who end up on personal finance forums, or who end up creating personal finance YouTube channels, normally are the people who are on the upper end of the salary kind of spectrum. So they're on the upper end, so that they're not representative of general population. And I think sometimes with comparison, it's a weird thing, because why, objectively, if I earn enough money to pay all the bills, have nice holidays, and have some in the bank as contingency for kind of the future, that objectively should be enough in terms of, do we have enough money? Well, yes, because I can pay all my bills, that should be objectively enough. But why is it that when you know that someone earns more than you have this sort of comparison behavior, or I wouldn't say jealousy is the wrong word, but like envy maybe is a better word. Envy that maybe someone might have a better financial position than you, and might be more set up for the future. So it's really complicated, and I kind of wish, in a way, I could have a chat with my future self, say me in 20 years time. It'd be good if I could have a chat with them right now and say, how do you feel about the choices I've made today? Do you feel they're the right choices or not? And it would just be intriguing to know what the what the results are. But obviously that's something that you can't do. You just have to take wisdom from people around you, parents and others. But you have to also take what your parents say with kind of a bit of caution, that actually the when my parents were my age, the economy looked a lot different, house buying looked a lot different, so what worked for them won't necessarily work for me. So this is just a bit of a quick video to just talk about my thoughts, my reflections at the moment, but I'd be intrigued to know if anyone's got any views, if anyone's got any pearls of wisdom about how to avoid the comparison trap. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.